Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abiyah, and on this channel I share my van life journey while traveling in faith. In today's video, we are visiting Oyotunji African village, and someone, a local, told me about this place, and after looking it up, to my surprise, that this African village is an independent village with their own ruling system, their own schools, their own libraries. They supply all of their own needs here. Not only that, this is the only African village in North America that has kept the Yoruba traditions. And that resonates with me because back when I was going to college, I took a cultural awareness class, and one of my assignments, which was one of my toughest assignments ever, was to find my heritage. And being an African American woman, that was really difficult for me. As my instructor back in the day said, none of us are from this land. So the challenge was to find your heritage in the land of your ancestors. And all I knew was West Africa at that time. But after research upon research upon research, sweat, tears, migraines, because it was so challenging, because Africa is a huge continent with many different tribes. And what I was able to conclude from my research on my papers, I associated the Yoruba culture with some of the traditions and things that were taught in my home. So today we are going to tour the Oyotunji African village, and I always say, come to these things with an open mind. It's all about a learning experience. So let's go check them out. Okay guys, we are here at the front entrance and greeted by this beautiful lady. So we're gonna get checked in and take our tour.
In the name of His Highness, Efuntola, peace, welcome to the sacred Yoruba village in North America, built by the priests of the voodoo cults as a tribute to our ancestors. These priests preserve the customs, laws, and religion of the African race. Welcome to our land,
Awesome.
So you are now leaving the United States.
I see that.
Ashe.
I read Ashe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Since 1950, right?
Yes. Well, we started, we're 50 years old, 51.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So as you look around, you'll see a lot of art. Most of our artwork was done by the first Oba himself. So we do not alter it, we touch it up. You see, this is market area. This is what we call the Cola Nut Cafe. This is like our meeting space, or where we convene, we eat breakfast here together. We get ready for our daily, endeavors. Here we have our coffee. Meat, get the plan for the day. And right here we have the Oyo horseman. You can Oyo horseman. We do, this is where we do like any celebrations or any celebratory things, like we're about to have a naming ceremony. So this is where we set up to do those things.
I love the paint on the floor. So colorful.
So it's pretty awesome. Like I said, this is our communal area that you're walking through right now. As you see, as you're gonna see the leopard all throughout the village. Our totem is, in time the leopard takes the field. So that's our motto for Oyotunji. So you're gonna see leopards everywhere.
Okay. Leopards take the...
In time the leopard takes the field.
Okay. Is that the same thing as the lion?
Yes.
Okay.
But we have, this is what we call our Akiesi board. This is where we post information about different events and things like that. Anything that should be community knowledge is what's posted here.
How many people live on the land?
Well, right now it's about maybe 30.
30.
So yes, and also one of the most important things we post here is our reading of the week. We do have a what we call a dafa by Babalawo. It's done for our community every week.
Okay.
So that's one of the major things that's posted there, because if it's community knowledge, then it's important to know.
Okay.
And right here we just have a little bit of history on our founding father, Oba Funtala Osejimen Adefumi the first. He was actually born Walter Eugene King in 1928, October 1928. As a child, he went on a search for the African religion. He was always interested in religion. And he went to church one day and he said, you know, I noticed that everybody else's God kind of favors them. So where's the black God? And the preacher told him, well, there's no such thing. So at that point, even from a child, he went on his search for the African God. So he found, you know, he did Islam. He started the temple of Shango in Harlem. And he was actually very much responsible for the Dashiki movement in Harlem.
Okay. I got a few of those.
So, like I said, he also was a dancer. He danced with Catherine Dunham. He was participating in the World's Fair. He was one of the first people bringing African culture to the World's Fair.
Wow.
So when he did the World's Fair, he's out there in the dashikis and the clothes.
They're like, what?
Doing readings. So he
That's beautiful though.
He actually got initiated to Obatala in Matanzas, Cuba. So he made the priesthood of Obatala in Matanzas, Cuba, and also he received a sword of state from the Oni of Ife in Nigeria. So that's what crowned him the king of all Yoruba people in North America.
Oh, wow.
So that's what gave him that title.
Wow.
And that's how he achieved that title. But right here we have Eshu. Eshu is one of the major Orisha. He is the messenger god and the god of communication. He rules the planet. Excuse me, sorry. He rules the planet Mercury. His number is 3 and 21. Eshu or Elegba is so important that every Orisha has their own Elegba. So we want to make sure Elegba is appeased because he is directly responsible for carrying your messages. So he's also a trickster. He represents duality. So Eshu can come as an old man or a young man. You know what I mean? He can come as a woman or a man. He can come as a rich person or a poor person. That's why they say you always treat people with kindness, because you never know when you're going to run up on Eshu. So that's one of the major stories of Eshu. Do you have any questions?
Does he go by any other names or?
It's not Papa Legba. He has a
I've
lot
heard of that
different-
name before. Papa Legba.
Well, that's Elegba Eshu. He takes offerings. Eshu eats everything. The only thing Eshu does not really eat is chocolate.
Okay.
But any other offering, Alafia, yeah, Alaki Shango, any other offering you choose to give him, he'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah? And like I say, he's the one that's saluted first. So with Eshu, what we do, he's the only one that we don't put our head to the ground for. With Eshu, what we do is you spin around 3 times. And you greet him. And like I said, if you want to leave him something, he takes whatever.
Okay. We'll spin around 3 times.
That used to be a lot easier when I was younger.
You did just
busy.
fine.
I'm busy, girl.
I got you.
And if you look over here, this is our schoolhouse. This is where many of us went to school. I went to school here and I taught here. So most of us graduated from this high school right here, from this school.
Have you been here all your life?
I've been here since I was 10.
Wow.
And I'm 43. I mean, I always leave, but I always come back. I would be like, I'm tired of y'all. And I'd be like, no, I want to come back. They'd be like, come on, girl. But if you look around, I always point this out. If you look around, you'll see what's the common theme amongst this area. What's the one thing you notice?
The statues of men and women, or is it both
They're
women?
all women.
Oh, yeah.
So our Oba understood that we do have a king, of course, but the Oba knew that at the center of most societies and bases, the women are the one that uphold the town.
Yes.
The morals, the culture is normally the women that hold those laws in place.
Because we teach the children.
Exactly. So he had enough sense to know that. They say only a woman can pull the ears of the king. A man can advise him, but only a woman can pull his ears.
Okay.
So
That's powerful.
Is there a semblance with the Ankh, or?
you know, the Oshay, the Ankh, and the lightning bolt. A lot of that, you see a lot of Shango energy.
Yeah.
So that double-headed axe, you know that's Shango. You see that lightning bolt, you know that's Shango also. But Shango represents royalty.
Yes.
So a lot of times amongst this area right here, you'll see a lot of Shango symbolism because of what Shango represents as royalty. They say Shango is the closest to the crown as far as the spiritual energy. Make sense? Oh, and that's the Royal Abiyah area is back there. This is also where Oba Waja is interned. Back there, we cannot take people back there because this is where our king lives with his wives and children. I'm kidding.
He wants to take a tour too.
Walking with us.
But right here we have the Royal Obara. This is where the king's ancestors are in state. Like we said, we are very much ancestral based religion and culture. We understand that if you are standing tall, it's because you're standing on the shoulders of those who walk before you.
Exactly.
So we definitely venerate our ancestors. He is a descendant of the Adefumi and the Aladahunu line. So these are where his people are set up in state.
Nice.
Any questions?
No.
No.
Because nowadays, when our family members die, we
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
Bury them and try to
don't really, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you see, we're entering Obatala Temple. And you want to see a lot of people. You see how we do our people. They are right here with us, chilling. So right here, this town, we believe that everybody has a male and a female energy, a yin and a yang. Even in certain towns, certain areas have a yin and a yang. This is Obatala's town. This town is, the male energy that rules this town is Obatala. The female energy is Oshun.
Okay.
So just a little bit of history on the area and the people themselves. But Obatala is the god of the head. His number is 8. His colors are white. The planet he rules is Jupiter. And the energy he rules is Sagittarius. Obatala is the god of creation. Like I said, patience, forethought. His totem is the snail. So that tells you how Obatala kind of moves.
Okay.
So he's slow to anger, but if he gets angry, it's a whole nother energy. So, but like I said, Obatala is the god of the head. He's responsible for creating man. And upon him creating man, he was, creating man, and here along came...
Sorry. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay, let me turn that off.
No, but he was creating man, and along, of course, came Eshu, in his trickster energy, and he says, Obatala, you're working so hard. You gotta be thirsty. Obatala was like, you know what, now that I think about it, I'm a little parched. So Eshu gives Obatala palm wine. But he's making people, but he's drinking this palm wine, not realizing that he's actually getting drunk. And he starts to make misformed people.
Oh, wow.
So people that are born with physical deformities are sacred to Obatala.
Okay.
So, when anybody we know that is in that caliber, you're automatically Obatala's child. And you're automatically treated special.
Wow. Beautiful.
Any questions about Obatala? No? Okay. And as we go on, we're entering, this is the temple of Shango. Shango was the sixth king of Oyo. Shango's energy is anything that is phenomenal and audacious.
Okay.
Shango is the energy that tells us, by my hand I crown myself king. Shango was actually, they say Shango took over the Irumale, which took over the heavens. Because before Shango existed, these energies always existed. But when Shango came along, they kind of forgot about Jakuta and Hevioso. They started worshiping Shango. So he was actually a documented man. So
Okay.
Shango is the ego and the sheer will and audacity to do anything. That's Shango energy.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if y'all know any Shango people, but you'll meet some today and you're gonna be like, I see it. They do it all, I'm telling you. But like I said, Shango is that energy. His actual element is a tree, the base of a big tree. Is where a lot of times Shango is worshipped at. Shango is the drum. He's the dance. Shango is, they say he the first one to start the party and the last one to leave. That's the energy of Shango, which of course got him in trouble several times. But but he was married to Oya, Oba, and Oshun all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So he was a king with 3 wives, you know. But like I said, he's also philanthropy. Shango is one that will donate, one that will give their time and energy to a cause. But you have to have a cause. You can't just say, come on, let's do some foolishness.
Yeah.
Shango people ain't gonna go for it. I said, any questions about Shango?
No, that was good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna introduce you to some people. Right here we have Mama Keke. Mama Keke came from Cuba. She actually met our original Abba in Harlem. And she was directly responsible for helping with the dashiki movement and the movement of, you know, that uprising of us coming back and finding ourselves in our culture. So she was directly responsible for that. She lived to be a ripe age of 91.
Wow.
So, like, she's one of those people. Her priest name was Oshun Funke. But, yeah, she was a priestess of Oshun. Like I said, I remember her, but I didn't have much experience with her, like on a personal level. But I do remember seeing her as a kid, being around, you know. So, it's one of our people, one of our founding members, and helped the Abba. And right here we have Chief Awolowo. Chief Awolowo was an Obatala priest. He came from Detroit with the Abba. Now, these people left professional jobs. Most of them came from the city. This was a swamp. So what you see, these professional people cleared trees by hand, did things like that, set up their own rules and institutions of government. You know, so it's an accomplishment.
Were they able to do that in the United States? I mean,
The sword of state,
to get like their sovereign, was that the word I'm looking for?
sovereignty.
Yeah.
The sword of state from Benin.
Really?
And of course some paperwork and some,
And the United States said okay?
Yeah. Like, we are our own separate entity. Like, the cops can't come past the gate unless somebody walks them in. So if something happens, and God forbid you got to call the cops, you got to wait for the Abba to go out there and tell the police that they come in. But they can't just come in here. We have our own laws. We have our own system of, I don't want to say justice, but we have our own system of justice. We deal with things. I mean, thank God we've never had nothing major happen. But, you know, when things do happen, we do have a system of government that handles it. So we have our Boni, which is like the law and order, you know.
Powerful.
Okay. And right here we have Chifolaitan. Chifolaitan was, he was our math teacher. Chifolaitan was also the first Alagba we had. So he was responsible for the Ancestor Veneration part. So he was a great guy. I had personal experience with him. I used to live on his compound. So I didn't learn nothing in math class because I just didn't get it. So I just decided I was going to be his friend. And he rocked with it. He's like, look, you about to get an ass, but yeah. You come chill at the house though, but I'm gonna give you an ass. You don't get it. And this is Shiva Wodekun. Shiva Wodekun was a Yamada priest and also a master orator. He was responsible for a lot of the songs we sing now to Orisha. Linguist, help with us learning Yoruba and things like that. Any questions? No. But it's good to see. I think it's more like the way we treat our ancestors. I think it's more tangible. Than the fact that they're above the ground. It just does something different. You know, so
It's like they're still
every
here.
morning and I say, hey guys, what y'all need? Want some coffee? So we do our little rituals every day with our ancestors. That's it.
Sure.
Shenanigans. So we're replanting things that he wreaked havoc. We had a nice salad. And here we have the temple of Oya. Oya is, she is the mother of change and a radical quick change. She is accounted to be the only female warrior. That is primarily what she does. They said she would go into battle with her husband Shango, but she was so fierce, he would actually send her first. So he'd be like, go handle that. I'ma come when you got it all clear. I'm coming. You good? You good? Okay, I'm coming in. But her element is, of course, she works in conjunction with Shango. Her element is lightning. So she operates through lightning. She is also like tornadoes, hurricanes, anything that takes away so new things can come. That's the energy of Oya. Like I said, I kind of compare her to the stock market because you could be rich one minute, poor the next, or poor one minute and rich the next. But that's how she operates. So she's drastic change. Yes.
I've always had assumption.
Okay.
I don't know. But I've always had this assumption that these hurricanes and stuff have spirits in them.
Oh, yeah.
I've always, and I don't know where I get it from.
But I always, if you know when you come more into the Orisha and studying Orisha, a lot of things that we didn't really able to explain start to make sense.
Yeah.
Because how does a hurricane hit one house, skip the house next door, hit the other house, and then turn around and go, oh, I forgot that house in the middle. So hurricanes definitely, I think they have spirits too. But that's the energy of Oya. So Oya is very, she's very much an energy that is to be respected because she is very temperamental. She can be temperamental. So I'm a child of Oya. I got initiated 21 years ago. But yeah, so I get it. Yeah, sometimes I ain't got no sense. I'd be like, Lord, why I act like this? But this is one of her elements also. We have Mama Loja. So Mama Loja is the woman of the market. She's actually a path of Oya. So when we say Oya has very much to do with the market, this is the energy we venerate called Mama Loja. So anytime, a lot of times if you want to start a market or go into business, a lot of people will do work with Oya to make sure that their businesses are stable and secure and grow. Any questions? No? Okay. If y'all have any, ask me. If I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody to do it.
Well, hi there, little fella. Hi. shade.
Olokun, his colors are blue and coral. His number is 4. Olokun represents psychic ability, mysticism, dreams. Olokun is the god of the third eye, Odumeta. So any kind of psychic ability or things of that nature, that's what he goes with. So also Olokun is said to be the god of the African Americans because we traveled over many waters to get to America. And Olokun's element is the bottom of the sea. So that depth of subconsciousness, things like that, that's what Olokun is. They say no one knows what lies at the bottom of the sea. But Olokun is also the wealth from the bottom of the sea. So, yeah. Any questions? No? Well, he rules the ocean in conjunction with his sister Yemaya. Yemaya is her element is the top, like I said, the top of the sea. Also, she is the mother of many. Yemaya is said to be everybody's mother. Yemaya is the actual what the baby is held in. I don't know why I just blanked out on that word. I should know that. I got 2 kids. Yeah, the womb.
The wow.
Yeah, she's the womb. No, why that was blank. But she represents also, like I said, motherhood. But she also she also represents big mama energy. So a lot of times Yemaya is said to be the masculine side of femininity. But she was always strong. They say Yemaya was the only woman that could carry Shango on her back. Yemaya is the one that gives blessings in abundance. So she gives you everything big. So Yemaya represents big business, industry, things like that. And also, of course, motherhood. So she's that element of motherhood. And also the element of women working together and women being able to raise children and have communities together. So she's that part of femininity.
Takes a village to raise a child.
Yes, that's definitely a Yemaya concept. Any questions about Yemaya?
And you said she's connected to Big Mama energy?
Yeah, very much. But she's the energy that make you get right. When Big Mama come in the room, you might sit up a little straighter. You might pull your dress down. You're going to make sure you got your stuff together. Because Big Mama in the space. She in the place.
I had a reading a few months ago, and the lady told me that my energy was connected to Big Mama energy.
Okay, so you might be.
That scared the heck out of
You
me.
might be
I
a
was
child
like,
of Yemaya.
I mean, I didn't understand. I still don't understand,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's just interesting.
Yeah, but that's definitely her energy. So that's probably what they're seeing around you is Yemaya.
It's interesting.
Okay. Any questions?
I could be fierce too, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, right.
But I could be nice as a feather.
That part. And right here we have our Iyalode. She was our first Iyalode, which was the head of the Women's Society. So she's in turn here also. She actually came from Buffalo, New York. Now this elder I've had experience with. I remember she couldn't have been no bigger than 4'11", but she was definitely that epitome of Big Mama. Because when she came into place, everybody got some get right. She ain't play the music at all. So that's what I remember about her the most. And also having that energy where if you ever had a concern, she was never too busy to listen. So that she was the person you can bring your problems to, and she'll try her best to work it out. Yeah. I say. Just like Big Mama. Oshun is the mother of, she's actually the fluid inside the womb. So she is what nourishes the baby. She is also spring, femininity, the energy of women. So she's the more feminine side of femininity. Oshun represents sweet things. So everything that's sweet in life, that's what Oshun can bring. Oshun is also the mother of culture. Oshun is also the mother of self-reflection. People don't understand the concept of the mirror. Like, what does a mirror do? It reflects back what you have inside of you, so you can see yourself. So Oshun having mirrors is not just because she's pretty and she like to look at herself. Oshun is also self-reflection, self-introspection. I don't know if you've ever had somebody say or heard the phrase mirror work. That's what Oshun represents. Being able to look at yourself truly and say, this is me. Now what can I fix about me? Or what can I just go, hey, I'm pretty awesome. You know, but that's what Oshun represents, is self-reflection. Not just the beauty and all those things. Like I said, she is also noted for being a healer. They say Oshun is the one that heals the child and does not charge the father. So Oshun is also grace. She's the grace and the eloquence that women have. So that's what Oshun represents. Some people get caught up in the sexuality aspect of it, but it's more sensuality than sexuality. And also Oshun tells us that you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So just that grace of being able to talk to people and communicate with people without being offensive or being rough. Like, you can get your way, but not always through force. You don't have to. Oshun represents that gift of gab, that sweet, that honey tongue, you know? So that's the energy of Oshun. And like I said, her number is 5. She lives in the river. She likes gold and honey and sweet fruits, you know, so perfume. So that's the energy of Oshun. She's that sweetness that we all want in life. All the sweet things that we want in life is what Oshun encompasses. Ashe, any questions about Oshun? Ashe. We have last, but certainly not least, we have Ogun.
There's the goat. Hi, goat.
Chico.
Hi.
Hey, Poppy. You been being good? You know, I ate up some more vegetables.
Okay, that feels good.
He likes to eat clothes.
Uh-oh. Hi.
He's very, I told you he's a person. But this is the temple of Ogun. Ogun is, his number is 3. 307. Ogun is one of the warriors. Ogun also represents iron. Ogun is the iron in your blood. Also the train. Anything that moves or creates force is what Ogun is. That's the epitome of Ogun. Ogun is the protector of women and children. But Ogun is also the warrior. He will eat your skirt, boo. Don't let him eat your skirt, because he'll do it. Come on, Pachico, that's enough. Being fresh. I'm gonna eat your skirt right off you. But Ogun is, like I said, he's force. He's the iron in your blood. He is the barber. He's the blacksmith. He's the warrior. He's the consummate husband. And, you know, the very much over fatherhood and things of that nature. But like I said, it's very male. You see, you can tell this is where the men be at, because it's very male-dominated energy.
Get out. Let's go.
You can't tie him up, though. You're not gonna tie him up, are you?
Come on.
Last time y'all tied him up, he almost strangled himself trying to
I got
get
your phone. Got phone with you.
Hi.
Like I said, Ogun is the energy of iron, the energy of force. Ogun also represents, like I said, Ogun, when I describe Ogun, how I think of Ogun, I say Ogun is the man that every man wants to be like and every woman wants to be with. So he's that energy of the ultimate, like this guy right here. He's a priest of Ogun. But I said Ogun is force. Ogun is so many things. Like he does so much more than I think we give him credit for. I think people see the machetes and the guns and the knives and they get caught up in that. But Ogun is so much more than that. Ogun, like I said, he's the barber, he's the train, he's the car, he's the motorist, he's the mechanic. He's also the surgeon. Ogun has that ability to do that dualness where he can give life or he can take it. So Ogun has that kind of ability. And Ogun, like I said, is force. But Ogun, a lot of times, I tell people, Ogun is present when you have a baby, because that's force. Ogun is present when you make a baby, because that's force too. So Ogun is like so many different things. His planet, of course, is Mars. And he rules the sign Aries. So, do y'all have any questions about Ogun? Well, that's the end of the tour. Do y'all have any questions?
Interesting village. Respectfully interesting. Yes. You can definitely feel a sense of community here. Love and people working together. That's beautiful. So guys, I thought that was a wonderful experience to see. So the village is open to tours. They have festivals, they have educational programs, and they're open 7 days a week. I would love to attend one of their festivals. I want to hear those African drums going, the outfits, the bright colors. Yes, it just speaks to me. So guys, I think this is gonna end my trip to Charleston, South Carolina. Where will I go next? Where will my inquisitive mind take me? I think there's one more place that I need to visit in South Carolina before I leave. And I think that place is called Myrtle Beach. I wanna go to the beach again. This is my life in van life, I'm able to explore and see things that I just never thought that I would be able to see, and I think that that is such a blessing. I want to thank all of you for supporting my journey and supporting my channel. I truly love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just bringing you all of me through this lens, okay? I do have a very inquisitive mind, and I never know where it's going to take me half the time, but I'm loving this journey along the way. I am growing and learning so much about North America, this land that we live on, the people that are here, and people want to share their culture. People want to share, you know, their history. And I think that is a great thing. So I want to take the time to thank Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks for your hospitality. Thanks for your history lessons and also the sightseeing. And if I can take some of these oak trees back to Missouri, I would, because they are just beautiful, so beautiful. So on that note, guys, like I always say, travel safely, live your joy. Shalom. See you on the next video. Love ya.